now from David Otto. He joins us from London. He's the director at the Geneva Centre for Africa Security and Strategic Studies. David, good to have you on this news hour. David, we are getting reports right now that Peter Obi has taken Lagos, and that, if that is true, that would be a massive win for the man from the Labour Party. Is this any sort of indication that Lagos may be the start of even more states for Peter Obi and Labour?
I think it's very early to make a determination in terms of who is going to carry at the end of the day. Yes, you're right that incoming results are demonstrating that Peter Obi is leading, won in Lagos by a very slight margin. And of course, as you earlier mentioned, the APC, that is Bola Tinubu Ahmed, he took Ekiti State. But, you know, in order to win, we have to have this in mind. In order to win this election, you have to have 25% of the vote cast in 24 states plus the FCT, which is Abuja State. So it's still very early, even though these early results are indicating that Peter Obi has taken Lagos. But, you know, the margin is very, very small, and he still needs to win 25% of the entire vote cast in 25 out of the 36 states. So it's a good step forward, you know, for Peter Obi, bearing in mind that, you know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's stronghold is supposed to be Lagos and other southeastern states. But it's still a very early time to call, you know, for any sort of an indicative victory by any of the main candidates who are taking part in this election.
David, this election took place on Saturday, but we still had voting on Sunday, and there was some criticism, a lot of it online, of the electoral process and the Electoral Commission itself. What do you make of that from what we've seen so far? Is any of that criticism valid?
Yes, people have been quite, disappointed with the Independent National Electoral Commission, the INEC. And, you know, we've just seen recent, some protest staged by not just, individuals in the streets, but, you know, by senator just at the Collation Center in Abuja, which is the capital. They've been staging the protest, saying that there's been not just logistical challenges, as you mentioned, you know, but some elections postponed. Some took place yesterday, Sunday, instead of Saturday, and some elections, you know, are still, perhaps earmarked to take place, further up until March of this year. But again, those are very little. They won't actually have an impact in terms of how the general results, you know, turn up. But, you know, a lot of people have been disappointed with the electronic system, the BVAS, which INEC introduced, the biometric voters application service, which, of course, you know, means that there is a lot of disappointment at this point in time. But INEC has said that, this was not expected. Again, that may demonstrate some level of incompetence from, those who are in charge. Remember, INEC doesn't have permanent staff. It does, recruit staff as it goes. So this could be an element of incompetence, but also maybe challenges, as a result of the high level of participation and all the pressure that has been put on the system. But people are very disappointed that, INEC has not lived up to its expectations, and they are actually calling on INEC to be much more transparent and to be much more effective in the way that it collates the results. So we're still waiting for outcomes, but INEC is under serious pressure, from all candidates.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be very interesting once more results start to pour in. David Otto, live there from London. Thanks so much, David.
Thank you.